said நான் எங்கங்க ஆசைப்பட்டேன் என்ன புஷ் பண்ணிட்டாங்க they made me do it.
My first feature film was Deja Vu, which is produced by editor Srigar Prasad. So what he used to do is he used to perform the different characters and then that's how you develop the dialogues.
என்னதான் விஜய் ரெக்கமெண்ட் பண்ணாலும் உங்களுக்கு தோணணும்ல because it's your story, your script. Hello India Glitz viewers, Kirti is right back and இன்னைக்கு என் கூட இருக்கிற இவர் யார் அப்படின்னு யோசிச்சு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா பார்த்துக்கிட்டே இருக்கணும். ஏன்னா ஆக்சுவலி டெக்னிக்கலி இவரை பற்றி கொஞ்சம் ரிசர்ச் பண்ணி பார்க்கும்போது நிறைய விஷயம் தெரிய வந்தது. இன்ஃபேக்ட் நம்ம நாட்டு மொழிகளை விட பிற நாட்டு மொழிகள் படங்கள் நிறைய பண்ணியிருக்காரு. You can call it documentary, short films, எதுனாலுமே நிறைய அவார்ட்ஸ் வின் பண்ணியிருக்காரு. இந்த மாதிரி ஒருத்தர் இப்போ ஒரு தமிழ் படத்தையும் இயக்கியிருக்காரு அண்ட் இந்த படத்தை யாரை வச்சு இயக்கியிருக்காரு அப்படின்னு நம்ம ரொம்ப இதுவாக பண்ணி ரொம்ப நீங்களாம் யோசிக்க வேணாம். ஐ வில் லெட் யூ நோ ஹூ இட் இஸ். நம்மளோட எவர் ஃபேவரட் விஜய் சேதுபதி வச்சு தான் ஆரஞ்சு மிட்டாய் படத்தை இயக்கியிருக்காரு. எஸ் we have Mr. Biju Viswanath with us. ஹாய், எப்படி இருக்கீங்க?
I'm good, Kirti. How are you?
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you. தமிழ் படம் அப்படின்னு இல்லை, ரீஜனல் படமே நம்ம பண்ணதில்லை. ஐ திங்க் ஒரே ஒரு மலையாளம் படம் தெரியுது, பட் அது படமா ஷார்ட் ஃபிலிமா டாக்குமெண்ட்ரியா அதோட கிளாரிட்டி இல்லை. ஸோ கேன் யூ ஜஸ்ட் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டெல் அஸ் அபவுட் தட்?
ஆக்சுவலி நான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பண்ண படம் ஒரு ஷார்ட் ஃபிலிம் எம்டி வாசுதேவன் பற்றிட்டு ஷார்ட் ஃபிலிம். இட்ஸ் கால்ட் வாயேஜ். That was my first film which went to a lot of festivals. My first feature film was Deja Vu, which is produced by editor Srigar Prasad. There are two Deja Vus. One is Denzel Washington's Deja Vu. This was made in 2001 with two British actors. It's an English film. English film.
Brilliant. உங்களோட ஹிஸ்ட்ரி ஒரு உங்களோட விக்கி எடுத்து பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா you've done a lot of Japanese, Chinese, இந்த மாதிரி அதர் லாங்குவேஜ் மூவிஸ், லிட்ரலி ஃபாரின் லாங்குவேஜ் மூவிஸ் அப்படின்னு சொல்லணும். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி மூவிஸ் பண்ணிட்டு why suddenly a Tamil movie?
Right from when I was in the schools, I like Tamil movies a lot. I like Tamil music a lot. I used to watch a lot of Tamil movies. I will either watch Tamil movies or English movies. So obviously, and I had few friends here in Chennai. I used to come to Chennai to meet Balu Mendra sir. And Vijay also is an old friend of mine. I knew him before pizza. Like, I was in between I had to come back to India because my father was not well. I had to come back. So I was in India for almost 6 months. I can't go abroad by that time because I have to be with my dad, and my dad passed away recently. So that's how it happened. So then I met Vijay. We were discussing about few stories, and that's how Orange Mittai came into be.
ஒரு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் தமிழ் மூவி ஏன் ஃபாதர் சன் ரிலேஷன்ஷிப்பாக இருக்கணும்?
It's basically based on my father. It's based on my relationship with my dad. My dad is basically part of Kailasam. See, everybody, that's what Vijay used to tell. Everybody can find Kailasam because generally sons and fathers, they generally, not everywhere, mostly they have a love-hate relationship. So after a point, when you become a teenager and when you become a man, you always have, your father will be one of your antagonists or people who a person who always it happens at different homes and it varies. And of course Vijay's father was also a very very interesting, very self-respectable person. So Vijay was naturally, being an actor, you draw experiences from your life. So he was also inspired from his father's character because it's not that he's a headstrong character, the Kailasam. I'm talking about the Kailasam. It's about a man's self-respect, how much self-respect you have in your life and you don't want to be a burden for other people.
Okay, and Vijay he's helped you with dialogues. Yes. In the movie. So did you ask him will you help me out with the dialogues?
Yeah, initially while I was talking about the dialogues, he himself suggested 2-3 dialogue writers at that time. Then I said, Vijay, you can write it because the way he approaches scenes, the way he speaks about it and the way he interprets scenes, I found it was very interesting and it was more tuned to my sensibility. And so what he used to do is he used to perform and then perform the scenes, perform the different characters, and then that's how you develop the dialogues. So it was quite an interesting experience and it helped a lot. His dialogues had really helped the script. I'm really happy that he had written the dialogue.
விஜய் சேதுபதியை ஒரு ஓல்டு மேன் கெட்டப்ல காட்டணும் அப்படின்ட்டு உங்களுக்கு ஏன் தோணுச்சு?
Initially, Vijay was not, the idea was Vijay was to produce this film. And at one point, like when we are having this casting difficulties, Vijay once suggested, shall we try this? Let me try, let's do a makeup test and see if it works.
Okay.
If it doesn't work, we will keep on looking, but, and again at that time he was extremely busy, he didn't have time. So again, his finding his dates was very difficult.
Correct.
So these two things were there and he was very open because he was basically trying to help out. Not that so since the movie is getting delayed, like we tried 4-5 actors and I was not very happy with some characters which they were not getting the essence of it, because it's a very important and complicated character, and it has to be funny, but at the same time it has to have certain depth to that character. So you need a very good actor for that. So I was very happy when Vijay told that let's try that, and when I saw the makeup test, it was excellent, brilliant. So naturally as a director I will be happy to work with a good actor. So that's how it happened.
And initially Vijay Sethupathi பண்ணியிருக்கிற கேரக்டர் வந்து ஜெயபிரகாஷ் சார் பண்ண வேண்டியது அப்படின்ட்டு சொன்னாங்க. Is it true?
No, it is not Jayaprakash alone. We had so many other Jayaprakash was one of the choices. Of course we talked to him, we spoke to him, but his dates were not available at that time, and there were we tried 3-4 other new actors also, because we wanted, initially I thought of going for somebody who is an old man. And we tried 2-3 different actors, theatre actors. Actually in fact we tried around 5 to 6 actors. JP was one of them.
அண்ட் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் படம் எடுக்கிறீங்க தமிழில், அதை வந்து ஒரு டார்க் காமெடியாக எடுக்கணும் அப்படின்ட்டு ஏன் உங்களுக்கு தோணுச்சு? டிட் யூ ஹாவ் எனி தாட் ப்ராசஸ் ஆன், ஆர் டிட் யூ வாட்ச் சம் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் மூவிஸ் தட், பிகாஸ் இப்போ இருக்கிற ட்ரெண்ட், பீப்புள் நோ வாட் தே வாண்ட். யூ கோ டு த தியேட்டர், யூ சிட் and you really know what you want, and if it's not there on screen, immediately social media la paravidhu, which is actually ஒரு பெரிய risk factor for a filmmaker or the complete team nu sollala. So why was it a dark comedy?
I don't like to classify films by genre. So it's about a father-son relationship. It doesn't matter whether it is a comedy, dark comedy, whatever it is. It's an entertaining film. So it doesn't have to be in any category, I believe. So since you want to define it as a genre, it is about a man who wants to live life in his terms, and he makes the life difficult for other people. So that's the essence of black humor, dark humor. Doesn't mean that it has to be like that. It's basically an entertaining film. I don't want to tag it in any way.
Nice. And Vijay ki personally இந்த படத்துல நிறைய firsts இருக்கு. First time producer, first time lyricist, first time singer. And when I asked him ஏன் நீங்க பாடணும்னு ஆசைப்பட்டீங்க, he said நான் எங்கங்க ஆசைப்பட்டேன், என்ன புஷ் பண்ணிட்டாங்க, they made me do it, they made me write the lyric, and I told them என் பேர் போடக்கூடாதுன்னு, ஆனாலும் போட்டுட்டாங்க. So can you just tell us about that?
No, I don't think that I forced him to write the song. So I told him it will be interesting to sing, and see, you cannot drag somebody to sing. He also should feel that thing. When we discussed on that, when Vijay told some suggestions, I thought it was better. It's not that I dragged him to write or anything. It is not that, I just told him this will be nice. So if you do it, it will be nice.
Now talking about the other characters in the movie, roping in Ramesh. So why did you think Ramesh will actually fit in the character?
Long back, Vijay had suggested Ramesh. Okay. And I actually auditioned him for both the character, the emergency medical technician and the driver's character. And I felt that Ramesh is a very good actor. He's an excellent actor. He's very versatile. And he's very adaptable to the situation and very easy to work with. He's one of the very good actors I worked with, and he has a very bright future, and he knows how to get into the essence of that character. Correct. So Ramesh was able to get that right blend, that right, it's like dance, it's like when you get the right mode, then you are in harmony. So I'm quite happy, I'm very happy to have those, especially Ramesh and Vijay, to be in this film.
Alright, and Arumugam Bala, tell us about him.
Arumugam, we auditioned him earlier, yet I have done 1 or 2 few films before that, and because we needed to have a contrast compared to Ramesh's character and him, and physically also it's nice to have a kind of a difference. So Ramesh is thin, tall, so this Arumugam, what he did was he put on weight. He had increased some, I think 10 12 kilos for this movie. So he really, he is also very dedicated. He likes to follow the that rhythm, and he is not as experienced as these two people, but he had did a very good job in this film.
And Justin Prabhakar, already Panniyarum Padmaniyum ella paatume super duper hit. BGs were really good, to be very honest. So how did you open? When I was talking to Vijay about that, he was telling me that நான் ஆசைப்பட்டேன் ஜஸ்டின் இருந்தால் நல்லா பண்ணுவாருன்னு நினச்சேன், ஸோ ஐ ரெக்கமெண்டட் அப்படின்னு சொன்னார். பட் ஈவன் என்னதான் விஜய் ரெக்கமெண்ட் பண்ணாலும் உங்களுக்கு தோணணும்ல, பிகாஸ் இட்ஸ் யோர் ஸ்டோரி, யோர் ஸ்கிரிப்ட். ஸோ கண்டிப்பாக இவர் ஃபிட்டுன்னு ஆவார் அப்படின்ட்டு உங்களுக்கு தோண வச்ச சில விஷயங்கள்.
First thing, other than the music, in movies what I generally look for is the kind of comfort zone, and I would be able to communicate with him in the sense whatever I am telling he should understand, and there should be a proper communication, otherwise it's completely pointless. So I met Justin. I thought, Vijay, let me talk to him, and of course Justin, I have heard the songs, it's quite nice in Panniyarum Padmaniyum, but then I felt that, and I told Justin that it should be totally different from Panniyarum Padmaniyum. He always wants to come up with something interesting, and you know better, he's good in melodies. So, and it is because of the teamwork that songs where we were able to make that interesting element in the songs, even Vijay's 2 songs and 2 melodies, because I wanted those 4 songs to be entirely different.
Actually Vijay Sethupathi sir கூட நாங்கள் இன்ட்ராக்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கும்போது he was telling us that initially நானும் பிஜுவும் வேற ஒரு படத்தோட ஸ்கிரிப்ட் தான் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணோம், but finally we ended up doing Orange Mittai. So what was that other movie, if we may know? Or is it in the pipeline that we should not know? It's in the pipeline. No, it's basically, it was a love story, so which we planned to do. At that time we both were interested, but we couldn't find the right producers for it. So, and things keeps on changing, and as a filmmaker, as an actor, or you keep thinking that this will be better, and so at that moment of time it was an interesting script. We are still, that's still in the pipeline. It's still being developed, it's still in under development. Brilliant. And if I may ask you, since we haven't seen any regional movies of yours, எந்தெந்த நாட்டில் உங்களோட படங்கள் கமர்ஷியலி சக்ஸஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருந்தது?
New York, I have got 3 of my films were released in US. They had a theatrical release. So commercially successful again means here they got a release and they did well, but you cannot say that it was like Spider-Man or Superman or like that. So it had, based on the budget, they got released and they made the money. So that way I always believe that when you call a film a hit, it's proportionately how much money it collected and what is the making cost. Right. So if you're talking about a 500 crore movie, that is a different thing, whereas if you're talking about an 85 lakhs movie, once it recovers the money, maybe 2 times or 3 times of the cost, you call it as a hit. So that way you can say it was commercially successful abroad.
Okay. And Orange Mittai அடுத்து திரும்பியும் தமிழ் தானா, or are you going back?
No, I'm going to do a Tamil film, one more Tamil film, which I prefer to talk about it later. No point in saying that I'm going to do that, but it will be a Tamil film.
Right. Thank you so much. I'm sure, I know I actually consumed a lot of your time, but trust me, it was really interesting when I was chatting with you. I personally liked chatting with you, and it was இன்னும் பேசலாம், இன்னும் இது கேட்கலாம், அது கேட்கலாம். It kept cropping up. So one amazing filmmaker I've met. So wishing you and the complete team of Orange Mittai all success. And in the padam kandipa will again take you to another level in Tamil cinema, and I'm sure we're going to retain you back here for a lot more movies. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was nice talking to you. Thank you. Bye.